Since 1987, Elite has successfully helped thousands of students raise their grades and test scores. Our dedicated faculty are experts in their fields and graduates of the nation's finest colleges. And Elite's carefully developed curriculum is specifically adapted to suit Common Core standards and upcoming changes to the SAT. Contact your local Elite branch to schedule a free diagnostic test and consultation today. Elite Educational Institute. Preparation for college, learning for life.
What would you say that you have nowadays that's beneficial to your school environment rather than what people would have had back in the 80s?
Definitely the ability to do classes that are advanced enough to give me credits for college. For example, like the AP courses I'm taking have the ability to give me up to 2 college credits. Probably technology, just because it makes everyday school life easier.
You have a access to technology today that is way different than what we had then. I mean, when I was in, 3rd grade, the TRS-80 was like the big computer that kids would use. You go into the classroom and have this giant console of a thing. You had Apple that was just really kind of hitting its stride there in terms of its early computers and the like. But there was no comparison between what they are today. So the access to technology today is so amazing to the point where the smartphone that you have in your hands has probably more horsepower than an entire school's worth of computers in that time.
I think teachers were actually more strict. I think they were able to actually touch you. That sounds really weird. I don't mean it that way.
One thing I miss, and I was a kid too, so my opinion's kind of colored, but I certainly miss that sense of being a kid and having all those frontiers available to me now, then rather that don't necessarily now. There were times when it was nice not to have to live in an electronic bubble, where people would sit around the dinner table and engage each other, eye to eye, as opposed to, yeah, Dad, okay, yeah, I did my homework, and it's one of those things where it was a different era for that, and I think that piece is largely gone.
We did not have Google, folks. You couldn't just look up your answers. You had to actually work for what you did.
And then as far as music, Springsteen was one of the big ones. I mean, he was the boss, so he kind of dominated the early and middle part of the decade there. You had a few others that were certainly big. For some reason, Pet Shop Boys was stuck in my head. I think I recall that as the late 80s, definitely.
I listened to a lot of Madonna and Michael Jackson and The Culture Club and what is their name? It'll come to me. Wilson Phillips, because my sister was a high schooler, and so I listened to what she listened to all day long. I was entertained by my high school age sister in the 80s.